Hey, welcome and welcome back to my channel where we learn from one another's experiences and grow from it. Today we are going to be talking about the topic of whether you should hold a man down or not. There's going to be some videos. Make sure you watch those videos. I will give my commentary towards the end. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you're not subscribed.
See, I hate to be a I told you so ass bitch, but didn't I tell y'all to never help a man when he down because all he gonna do is resent you for it later on? All he's gonna do is feel emasculated. And now we're seeing that shit unfold with Kiki Palmer and her baby father. Didn't I tell y'all that he was a bum on the podcast? Didn't I say that? I told y'all that he was a bum and she was doing everything for him. And that never works out. It never works out in the woman's favor because when you do everything for a man, you make more money than him, you put him on, you give him a job, whatever you do. When you help a man when he's down, when he get back up, all he's gonna do is resent you for helping him out, and he's gonna feel emasculated. And an emasculated man is a dangerous man because now he gotta do something to show his masculinity. He gonna cheat or he gonna put his hands on you. I'm telling you. And now we see it all unfolding with Kiki Palmer and her boyfriend. I told y'all that he was a bum. I told y'all that she put that boy up. I told y'all this. And I'm not saying, oh, I said it. But I'm just saying, like, this is a perfect example why you never help a man when he's down. Because he will resent you for it later on and show his ass. All he's going to do is resent you.
Oh, story time, let me tell you. She is not wrong. But she's not talking about real men. Because real men don't act like that. Okay, she's talking about males. When I was younger, I had my children young in my 20s, and I was popping. I was busting. You hear me? And my kid's father, his job wasn't paying a lot, right? So I had to put him on child support because I was just doing hair, and we didn't have health insurance for our kids. My daughter was sick, right? She had asthma real bad. So she had to constantly be going to the hospital, and that cost. So I was like, well, I need to get on A so I can get some health insurance, because what I'm doing or what you're doing is not enough, right? Why? They put him on child support, right? But I was doing everything with the money. He didn't have to buy clothes. He didn't have to buy toiletries. He didn't have to buy cologne. He didn't have to buy anything. Plus, with doing hair, the boosters was coming. I'll give you a bag of kids' clothes. Just do my hair. Woo woo. I mean, it was popping. So it was constant traffic, constant gifts. I mean, they were coming with the toiletries and the clothes and the cologne and jewelry. Like, back in the early 2000s, it was busting. The boosters was up. The boosters. Okay? Hell to the boosters in the early 2000s. You heard me? He didn't have to worry about anything, right? And I had hella clientele coming through all day, every day. And he was so caught up in that. Mind you, his job really wasn't paying. He wasn't really looking for a good job. He was comfortable. I mean, hands up, feet relaxed, kick back. You understand me? Because I had it. So I told him, I said, we was kind of in a confrontation, and I said, look, let me tell you something. You're so caught up with what I'm doing. How about you I got mine. Go get yours. You understand me? You want to go to school. You don't have to even work. I'll give you 2 years. You don't have to pay no bills. I'll use that child support that you're giving me that was only like $300 a month. But I'll use that, and you take care of your business. Follow me? You don't have to pay nothing up in here. You keep your money. I'll use the child support money to take care of us. You understand me? Go get yours, because I got mine. Do you know he did later on in life, he told me he didn't do it because he didn't like my tone. And now, now that he got money, now that he doing his thing, oh, he high class. That's all he talk about is his money. That's all he talk about. But I said, and I told him one day, I said, you know what? I remember when you didn't have it, and I had it, and I didn't complain. I ain't throw it up in your face, and I just told you, go get yours. Oh, well, you know, he skipped off past that. I wouldn't say don't help a man when he down, but boy, go sit up under his people. That's how you know. Go sit up under him and his people and watch what go on. Listen, but to be quiet. Listen to how they talk to each other. Watch how they treat each other. Watch how he talk about them. Watch how they talk about him to you. That's how you will know what type of man you got. Go sit up under his people before you get to helping him. Because there's some men you can help, and boy, they'll hold you down. You understand me? But you won't know unless you zip it, open up them eyes, and go sit up under his people.
For it later on.
If you didn't watch that whole video, go back and watch it because my sis was speaking some straight facts. But anyways, I came on here to say something along the lines of like the whole Kiki and her boyfriend situation. But like, once you accept, right, like you get into a situation with a man who may be not as financially stable as you, or like you said, like you have to build him up, or he's not where you or where he would like to be in his life. Once you accept that, like, oh, okay, I know he don't have a car and he don't have a job right now and money is tight and right? Once you accept that, and then once you start building him up, once you start helping him, men put you in a different category. They put you in a different category, and then because you're in a separate category, they start treating you differently. And realistically speaking, and this is just my own opinion, I don't want to date no man who's down. I don't want to date no man who's not already established. I don't want to date no man or deal with no man that I have to build up. When you come to me, be already built. Be already built. Please.
You invest in a man and you help build a man, it's harder for the man to just take off and leave.
I'm going to have to disagree. There are plenty of men out here who will use a woman as a stepping stone. They will stay with her till they get on their feet. They will use her car, use her money, have her help them pay their way through school. And as soon as they get where they really want to be, that's when they go after their quote unquote preferences, after their dream girl, after the one who they always wanted from the start. There's a thing called the First Wives Club, and it's filled with a bunch of women who was there for him and holding him down for 20 years. And as soon as he got where he really wanted to be, when he could afford better, when he could afford the high maintenance women, that's when he goes and that's what he gets. He goes 20 years younger and starts his family all over. He's 53 years old with a 2-year-old because he's starting his family all over with his new young wife. Like, you don't benefit from building a man up. That man should already have himself together. Some men are so quick to call a woman masculine, but you're okay with her masculine energy if it's helping to build you up. Ciao.
Sent you for it later on.
I said we was going to talk about it, so let's talk about it. And shout out to the creators that I'm going to be referencing because y'all have some great points. So one of the main points is helping a man while he's down. He's going to resent you at the end of it. Most of the time that resentment starts while you guys are involved in the relationship, in the situation, whatever it may be. Because when a man's dealing with a woman he feels is dealing better than him, he feels inferior. He feels emasculated. He feels a bit jealous. Because when a man is not capable to lead and he's with a woman who's strong and is capable of taking that step and stepping up to the plate, he feels threatened by that. And when a man's finances isn't right, everything else in his life isn't right. His physical health, his mental health, his emotional health, his spiritual health. A man isn't present enough to deal with another person. He doesn't have the capacity to be in a relationship to begin with. So let's go to another point. When a man is dating a woman who's doing better than him and she's showing him that she's willing to deal with that and build him up, he's going to be looking at you different. He's going to be treating you different because you're already showing him that you're accepting him at his lowest point. So it's showing that you're accepting the bare minimum in his mind, even though you're doing it in a state to build him up. In his mind, you're showing him, well, you are accepting me and I don't have anything to offer you. I'm not doing anything for you. So that's taking away the value from you. He's already in his mind thinking like, shit, when I get up, I'm already looking at what woman I could choose. He's not looking at the woman who helped build him up to be the woman he chose. Which brings me to my next point. Just because you help build a man up doesn't mean he's going to automatically choose you. That doesn't deem you automatic loyalty either. Because like I said, you already showed that man that you are accepting him when he was a bottom of the barrel ass nigga. When he is not the catch. right now, when no one is paying him attention and wants to be bothered, and he's at his low point. He doesn't have a pot to piss in and a window to throw it out of. You're showing him that you was willing to deal with him at that point. So now when he gets up, he's now looking at other women now, because he's like, okay, this ain't, I settled for this. Now I can get better, or I can get what I really want. And that's the unfortunate truth in most of the time, in most of those cases. So another point is the resentment part. Now we're getting to the stage where the resentment starts to show. And a lot of the times those men get to showing they ass now that they're up. They take everything you have instilled at them, they applying it everywhere else. Now he starts to treat the woman that helps build him up like she's average, like she's not a catch. He starts to treat her like every other woman in front of him is better than her, is a better choice. And not only just that, now they get to live in an image that they never got to live in before. They now chasing women they never got a chance to get or couldn't get, because none of the women was paying them any attention. None of the women want anything to do with him when he was at the bottom. And so a lot of pride, a lot of ego starts to play out, and they start to live in this image that they feel like they have to live in, for the simple fact now they're about to prove and have to prove their masculinity now, because now their ego and their pride and everything, self-esteem, was bruised while they were in the come up stages. So now part of the resentment stage is to make that woman who built him up feel like he felt when he was at his lowest, even though she didn't put that on him. She didn't treat him like that. She didn't instill anything like that into him. She was just willing to take that on because she cared for him, and she wanted to see him do good. She saw the God in him. She saw his potential. And that's why you can't do that, because falling for potential is a setup for a letdown. And falling for potential can fall into this, but that video will be long, and that's another conversation for another day.
You invest in a man and you help build a man, it's harder for the man to just take off and leave.
Says the man who cheated on his ex-wife with his current wife. Says the man who used and abused his ex-wife when he was broke and didn't have a pot to piss in. She held him down. Whole time he was cheating on his ex-wife with his current wife. So right now his current wife, who was his former mistress, didn't have to lift a finger to help him build shit. His current wife slid in right in time as his career was skyrocketing and his pockets were fattening. His current wife is enjoying the fruits of his labor. He dogged the fuck out of his ex-wife, the woman that helped him when he had no money in his pockets. This advice he's giving to women is purely hypocritical of him.
The more you build a man, the more you open his options for other women. Okay? But when a man builds a woman, the opposite happens. Okay? So if he set the bar so high, right, with providing for you, spoiling you, taking you on vacations, just being your full provider and protector. If a woman did a man like that wrong, the chances of her finding another man like that is slim to none. That's why there's no risk involved when a man builds a woman. When he invests in a woman, when he spoils a woman, there's no risk in doing that, because you set the bar so high that if another man will try to come in and replace you, he will fail at it. Money gives men access to women that they would have never been able to pull had they been broke. Rick Ross, look at the women he was able to pull. Rod Wave, look at his baby mama. You think if he was broke and had no money, you think he'll be able to pull a woman like that? Look at Chris Rock, Kevin Hart. He's short. Look at his wife. Look at the woman he's able to pull, right? It ain't because they look good. It ain't because they tall, handsome, and fine, right? It's the money that gives them access to those type of women. Who Jay-Z married to? It wasn't his looks that pulled Beyonce, okay? Look at Biggie Smalls when he was alive and he had pulled Faith Evans. Baby, back then in the 80s and 90s, Faith Evans was beautiful. She was that girl. Yeah, look how he was able to pull her. It wasn't his looks. Okay? Even though you may laugh and be like, yeah, they ain't fine. But these are 1% men. Right? Who are rich. Look at Country Wayne. This man has 10 kids. And women was in the comment section when he did an interview talking about, that's the type of man I need. This man got 10 kids. But because he has money, a lot of women don't care about a man's past. They don't care that he created a whole bunch of broken homes. They care about his future. Right? But see, men, they care about a woman's past. That's why you don't give your prime years and your wound up to Pookie and Ray Ray, who can't provide for you and love you. When you build a man, just know that you are increasing his market value in the dating world. And the opposite has happened with you, because see, the chances of a man running into a woman who got her life together, her own money, her own car, her own crib, her own motion, is a lot higher than a woman running into a man who's doing better than her. The probability, I'm not talking about exceptions to the rules. There's always an exception to the rule, but the probability of you running into a man doing better than you is rare. Okay? So in the chances of a man running into a woman who's doing better than him is higher. He has a better chance finding a good woman. For you men who get in the comments and say, I want a loyal woman who was with me through my struggle days. And my question to you is, why are you looking for love while you struggling? That's number one. Number two, y'all know what happened when y'all make it? Y'all choose the woman who was at the finish line the entire time. You leave the woman who invested in you, who took care of you, who fed you, who loved you when you had nothing. You leave her behind. And you choose the woman who was at the finish line the entire time. So that's why I tell women, don't build no man. Because pick-me's never get picked. They are always overlooked.
I'm just going to give my commentary when it comes to this. Now, the girl in the red that I put towards the end, I feel like she summed this up very well. That's why I put her towards the end. I feel like the only time you should be financially building a man is when you are married. Why? Because morally, spiritually, it's right. You made those promises in front of God, for richer or poorer. That's you. That's what you're supposed to be doing. However, and I'm not talking about like high schoolers or like college when you both are obviously trying to get your lives together. I'm talking about when we grown, okay? The same energy and time and effort you put into you getting yourself together, making sure you're financially stable, you have a car, you have a place. Why are you limiting those same things and actions on him? If you can do it, he dang sure should be able to do it. He's a man. And masculine men are more productive when they can do it on their own. Okay? If they don't got it, they need to go figure it out. And it's our jobs to make sure that we don't get caught up in the loop of like financially doing everything for them. Because like they said in those videos, a lot of men will resent you for that. Because when they look at you, it reminds them of struggle, of how they had to build up. But once they got to a financial point of like, okay, I'm established, I'm good, now I want to build my family, they a lot of times look for somebody else because that other person don't see them in that light of being broke and struggling. It just happens. Now, I'm not saying this is the moral code for every single man, but a lot of men do that. You know, when I was like younger, when I was like a teenager, late teenager, early adulthood, I am naturally a helper and a lover girl. And I, have always wanted to be there for people. So that applied in my love life as well. And I thought that when you hold a man down, that's what you're supposed to do. Like from my heart, genuinely, I'm like, okay, I'm supposed to do this. And I've been there for people. And then I had to learn the hard way. I got played and I got used because I shouldn't be doing that. I had no business doing that. So, you learn and you grow. Okay. But that's how I feel about it. Let me know what y'all think about that. Have you had situations that happen like that? How do you feel about it? Let me know. Like the video, comment, subscribe. I'll see y'all in the next.